artifact weapons, what we know so far. So before we go into what an artifact weapon actually does, today we're going to talk about what they are, how many there are, what sort of thing they're going to be in the new expansion, Legion. So to begin with, there are 36 in total. There's one for each specialization, and they're based on weapons that have been embedded in the lore that's specific to your class and to your spec in particular. For example, Retribution Paladins are going to be getting the Ashbringer to wield in combat. Enhancement Shamans are going to be getting Doomhammer, the fabled weapon that Thrall is using. And another example, which is a little bit more obscure, is Frost Death Knights, as an example they were giving on one of the live streams, is going to be receiving 2 swords forged from the shards of Frostmourne. And you're going to be retrieving these weapons within the first couple of hours of playing the expansion. Apparently it's going to be the first quest line you do. It'll probably have something to do with the fact that because there are so many people in the Legion that we're fighting now, we're going to need a powerful weapon to fight against them, and the unstoppable odds, so we have to retrieve this weapon first before we can go anywhere. So the quest lines are used to retrieve the items, and they're all meant to be class specific. So an example I gave on the stream, and the example we're going to use here, is that Frost Death Knights will be returning to the broken shore on Northrend to find Frostmourne. However, they will only find shards of Frostmourne as it was destroyed at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. From that, you then use those shards to form 2 swords. Their names will be coming up on the screen in a second. Okay, so with that, these weapons are going to be a new type of weapon that are said to be better than legendary. I assume that's probably why they've been going with legendary cosmetic items and things that go on your back and your, amulets, rings, those sort of things, because it's not as visual. And the weapon wants to be part of that thing. So, each weapon is going to have its own power line. It's a trait line with basically what they call trait trees, which I assume are like talent trees, and they seem to play along like that. You gain artifacts power as you level, which is like a new sort of power currency, and then the artifact power you can spend on unlocking traits on the weapons, and there's an image of the trait line going up here now on the video. Along with that, you can also visually customize the weapon, so there are loads of different options that you can do, as seen in the pictures before of Doomhammer, and the pictures of the Death Knight swords. And the artifact UI seems to be looking like a talent tree sort of thing. One of the things they said was once you unlock one that links off in 2 directions, you unlock both of those trait lines, and then you can go off in whatever direction you want to go with, and they are meant to tie into class skills and amplify your character. They described it as the weapons being an extension of your power, which is what you can see on one of the PowerPoint slides. So with that, also, they addressed a problem that's been plaguing druids for quite a while, which is that you can't see weapons on your back. They're not going to put weapons on their back because that still seems a bit silly. But what they are going to do is allow you to customize your feral and guardian forms according to what weapon you're using, which I think is pretty cool. And there are images of the different forms going up here now. That's all we know so far about artifact weapons. Be sure to keep coming back to my channel for more information on some of the other features that have been announced for Legion, including a video on the Demon Hunter class, the class order halls, and the new Isle and zone, the Broken Isles. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.